Here are 7 things to know to start your day.
Number 1, the final suspect in connection to last week's home invasions has turned himself in. 28-year-old Jordan Timothy Ray Gallup, the man on the upper left part of your screen, was taken to the Pike County Jail on $300,000 bond. His arrest is the 4th in a string of home break-ins in Pike, Adams, and Scott counties. You can find more on this story in about 12 minutes.
Number 2 and new in our 5:30 half hour, Democrats are looking to lock down the union vote in Iowa. 19 Democratic presidential candidates, including former Vice President Joe Biden, Senators Amy Klobuchar and Bernie Sanders, and Mayor Pete Buttigieg, will address the Iowa Federation of Labor annual convention in Altoona later today.
Number 3 and new this half hour, President Donald Trump says his administration is considering ways to bolster the economy, including tax reductions. He downplayed fears of a recession and once again pressed the Federal Reserve to cut interest rates. The president also defended his ongoing trade war with China, saying someone had to take them on.
Number 4 new this half hour, happening today, President Donald Trump will be in Louisville, Kentucky to address the AmVets National Convention before attending a private fundraiser. In the West, Vice President Mike Pence is scheduled to deliver remarks on the U.S.-Canada-Mexico trade agreement in Roswell, New Mexico, and in Salt Lake City.
And number 5 and new this half hour, the White House canceled President Donald Trump's trip to Denmark after the country's prime minister said she had no interest in selling Greenland to him. Now, the president mused about buying the island for the U.S. from Denmark for strategic purposes, an idea Denmark called absurd. President Donald Trump fired off a tweet thanking the prime minister for being so, quote, direct.
And number 6 new this half hour, an Australian appeals court upheld the sex abuse convictions against Cardinal George Pell for crimes happening more than 2 decades ago. He is now the most senior Roman Catholic cleric to be found guilty of sexually abusing children. His attorneys are expected to appeal to the country's highest court.
And number 7, dense fog advisory out for the eastern half of the tri-states early this morning. So just allow yourself a little extra time and don't forget to turn on those headlights across the tri-states. And we're also looking at some patchy fog across the region as well. So just because you're not under a fog advisory doesn't mean there isn't fog in your area.